Are you ready? Because he's ready. It's Master Jeff, martial arts expert, instructor extraordinaire, and general clown. He's not afraid of coronavirus. He's not afraid of the bad guys. Master Jeff is not afraid of anything. What's up, guys? I hope everybody can see me out there. Tried to upgrade, get a little bumper thing going, but I don't know how the chat's going to be because there's all kind of delays. And while I was experimenting with it, I managed to screw up the settings for the last one. So I apologize about that. If anybody can keep up the old web page, the old stream, maybe you could go over there and point people in this direction. And I might be a little behind with the messages. Seems like there's about a 1 or 2 minute delay even, but I'll do my best. Let me make sure I'm going here. Yep, it looks like it's rocking and rolling. Cool. I am now. There we go. All right, so I'm monitoring our messages on the actual YouTube because it actually runs quicker than the old dashboard. So I apologize about that, guys. All right, so what I was thinking today is Master Settles did an awesome forms, like a detailed technique kind of a thing. So what I was going to do today is take a step back, or maybe it would be a step forward or whatever, and just talk about some ways to make the forms easy to learn, or I should say simpler to learn and remember. So we'll start with the 3 basics, and then we'll move up from there. I'll try to get the basics done, bam, 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 just like that. So let me get out my whiteboard. So, use senior belts. This will be old material. Of anyone learning it for the first time, and anyone who's going to teach kids, if you can get them realizing we're headed this direction to start off, right? We're going to be going forward in an upside down T. You go 2, 2, and then up, right? And then we go backwards, just like that. If you can get that in your mind, it makes things a lot simpler to remember. Then you've kind of got a little like a little file storage unit. And this backwards turn that connects these two, you go this way, then you make a backwards turn and you do this, and then you come back down here, and then you actually repeat the first part again. But if when you're teaching kids, just leave out the backwards turn. Just have them do basically the tiger form, which is basic 1 up to a key hop. Get them doing that, then turn them around like you're trying to mix them up, make a game out of it, and then have them go this way. And then all you have left to do is show them the backwards turn, and boom, it is done. And then for anybody who's actually trying to learn these, the only thing we have to remember is that with basic 1, we do middle punches, right in the middle like that. With basic 2, we do high punches. Whenever we do a punch, we do high punches. But on basic 2, we only do punches this way or this way. When we go this way, we do high blocks. So in either form, basic 1 or 2, I'm going this way, then I'm going this way. Then I'm going down the middle for 4 steps, down block, and either a punch or a high block, a punch or a high block, or a punch or a high block. Just get it down to there. That's fairly simple. Then you turn around. You do it this way, down block, punch, down block, punch. Remember, 4 moves this way, a down block plus 3 of something else depending on the form you're doing. Down block, high blocker punch, high blocker punch, high blocker punch, key up. Get them doing that and you're good to go. All right, that leaves us with basic 3. Basic 3 is the exact same pattern. This thing, they don't start changing until Pyongan 1, and then it only changes a little bit. So basic 3 does the same thing again. Only the thing with basic 3, I know all you senior belts know this, but for any of the beginners listening, it's all about the stances. And senior belts, if you're teaching beginners, or junior belts, make sure you emphasize it's all about the stances. Whoops. So we want a back stance with a nice stance like this. So you got most of the weight on this leg. This arm should be like 90 degrees to this arm, and then right back to a front stance. And then another back stance, and then right back to a front stance, just like basic one. And then a down block, just like basic one. And like basic one, we do 3 punches, only now they are horse stance, like this, with both of your feet going forward, like that, right down the middle. So that's about it. If you rewind this later, you can listen to the details. But basic 1, 2, and 3 follow this pattern. Starts off like this, key up. You do a fancy turn. Then you do this and you key up. And then you actually turn and do the bottom part of this one again. Same on basic 1, 2, and 3. Pyongan 1 changes up a little bit, but not much. And one easy way, senior belts, to teach this, or junior belts to get it in your head, is just realize half the form is free. So you do something fancy, all the way up to the key up. Height. Well, starting at the key up, it is basic 1, all the way to the next key up. Down block, punch, punch, height. Just like that is all basic 1. So right here, whoops. In Pyongan 1, you do some fancy stuff, and then when you get to here, you key up, and then this whole thing is basic 1. And then when you go down here to repeat this, it's going to get a little complicated. All right, so given that, then all you have is the beginning, and it's not too difficult either. The first 2 moves are also just like basic 1. This move is half like basic 1, but then you come back around for your hammer fist. And then this is like basic 1. And then this is half like basic 1, except you do this. Then, of course, a high block, and right here starts basic 1. Height, all the way to the next key up, right? So then we do our basic 1 copy down to the next key up, height, and then we have 4 down block back stances like that, off to the 45 like this. And I drew this on some tape, but I think it'll be clearer here. At the end of Pyongan 1, instead of a straight bar at the bottom, we go this way and then this way, and then this way. So senior belts, if you can even draw that little shape, this little bowl kind of a shape on the mirrors, it makes Pyongan 1 really simple to get. Then we got Pyongan 2. Now Pyongan 2 takes a step up in how complicated it is, but it still has a great big, like half the form is super simple. Let's try to draw Pyongan 2. In fact, we're not going to use this anymore because you guys have got it, and you can go back and rewind and pause where you see the screen like this and then draw it yourself. Let me see. I've heard one of the rules of broadcasting is you're not supposed to leave dead air time. Before we draw Pyongan 2, let me go in here. Oh wow, there's people out there. Wow. No, seriously, I'm going to go check the messages to make sure we are streaming. Cool. All right. Mr. Josino said yes, so I'm just going to go with it. All right. Let me get back to my new dashboard. I don't know if I like this thing or not. We'll see though. All right. So with Pyongan 2, we start off with a shorter little piece down here because you don't go as far. It's just one little step, right? And then you have right here is all middle blocks. In fact, let's do this. Let's divide it a different way, especially for teaching junior belts. So we have this little thing, and you can pretty much separate that. And I guess you have the little sidekick there, right? This, and then up here you have an upside down version of Pyongan 1 is free again because it's all middle blocks. So you can tell the junior belts, or junior belts if you're listening, it really is half middle blocks. This whole T right here is middle blocks. So you get this little thing, which is going to have a learning curve. Then you got this for free. Then at the end, you come back, and again, it has another one of these strange bowl-shaped endings like that. This is going to be hard. Let's just put it like it is. It's going to be hard. This here is going to be so easy. And this is marginally difficult, not too bad. So you got like medium, you got like stupid simple, and then this is the whole challenge of Pyongan 2. As senior belts, you well know already. So let's just go over it real quick, and I'm going to do it from the back. So if you're a junior belt at home, you can do it along with me. You can like face your screen and do it along with me. Okay, so we start off. You know what? I changed my mind. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to do it facing so you can see the techniques. Even though Master Settles did a great job with this yesterday, he is so awesome. I monitored him for just a few minutes to see if he was going to be okay. Then I ended up sticking around just because I was having a blast. Okay, so we have this thing. And then we have this thing, and like Master John said, this thing is an inside block, and this goes somewhere. It goes for an uppercut. And actually, another version of this is somebody's punching this way, and you come up and you hyperextend their elbow like this. This way, not this way, this way, right? So it's like they're punching with a left hand this way, and I catch his fist and his elbow like that. We don't do that version. We do the block and uppercut version. Anyway, we have 1, 2, and then a pull back, punch, 3. So we don't go too far at all, like one step. Then we skip over and the same thing, 1, 2, and then 3. Then we have our little side kick. And then here, this is your easy, breezy part. And then a spear hand. And if you look at a spear hand, didn't you love what Master Settles was talking about yesterday, the pressing block spear hand, which comes from ITF, and which I totally dig. It's really a cool concept for that. I wouldn't introduce that to the junior belts yet. In fact, I try to tell them it's like a middle block, except you just shape it to here so that they can imagine it's pretty much all middle blocks by and large. So we do our kick, middle, 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 height, and then middle, 45-degree middle, middle, 45-degree middle. Junior belts, I hope you're getting that. I'm moving kind of fast. So now we're going to do, like we're coming this way, like I started down here, a spear hand, height, and then middle block, middle block, middle block, middle block. There was my easy part. Now I'm coming back down to the beginning again. This is really cool because it comes off the back leg, a punch. And when I'm teaching junior belts, I believe I heard Master Settles mention this, I just tell them punch, middle block. By the time you get where you know what you're doing and realize that Taekwondo is all about power generation, then you punch in both hands. I'm going to kick, punch, both hands. I'm going to kick, punch, freeze, and then the T-block. Right? And then the end, you borrow from Pyongan 1, or that down block outside, which I always like to tell junior belts, down block outside. Then, of course, high block 45, down block outside, high block 45. So you got those, again, just to run down the framework of learning this puppy. You've got this thing. It's one step. That's the good news. And it's got the little side kick right there. It's a bit of a learning curve. Then this is stupid simple, dude. It's all middle blocks with a spear hand up at the top. And then this thing, yeah, you're going to have a little learning curve. This is not too bad, though. Down block outside, high block, down block outside, high block. So it's not too bad. All right. Where's my eraser? Dead air time. I can see my broadcast engineers sneering at me. No dead air time. Okay. Pyongan 3 is kind of cool because we have that same little start down here, and then we go right back up, and then we come back down immediately. There's no top T. So it's like two T's. You start right here, and it's only one step again. Then over here, it's also one step. So it's like two narrow T's like that. And I think that's one good thing to tell the junior belts if somebody's just learning Pyongan 3, it's just two T's. You don't even have to worry about the top bar. And then another thing I tell them when I'm here, and of course, junior belts, I'm imagining Mr. Miguel out there or Edward Usino, and they already know this form, so I'm talking like I'm speaking with them. But for you, you can just imagine that we are telling you that right now. When I say I tell them that, well, I'm telling you, if you don't already know Pyongan 3, this is how you learn it. So, cool part is, starts like basic 3. So already, if somebody says, do you know Pyongan 3? You can say, yeah, I know the first move, because it's the same as basic 3. And then you have this arm up, which stays up when you do this step, and then the same arm should end up at the end. So all the time, you see junior belts coming here, and then they come up like this. And I just switched hands, and I wasn't supposed to. But if you tell them whatever hand started up, ends up. That way, even if they screw up, they're going to come here, they switch the wrong hands, and then so they end up the right way, right? Bam, they switched, they did it wrong, where am I? Here, because I know the hand with which I started is the one on which I should end. And then the T block and the combo down the middle, I don't bother with the whole staying on the tracks thing. When people are first learning this, they got enough on their plate already. I just do the stick, your hand, turn, hammer, fist, punch, and then the turnaround. Also, as much as I harp and Master settles and everybody harps about this whole elbow thing, you can mention it the first time, but first just get them doing the form so they have something to work on. You know, don't start putting up the paneling and your scroll work trim until you've got the framing up. So you get up the rough framing, then you put all that other stuff on the top of it. So as long as they're remembering right, 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 left, 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 right, 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 punch. And then, of course, you have the end. Well, bam, well, bam. I think the main thing with Pyongan 3 to teach them is, this way. It's this way coming at the beginning, and then it's that way at the end with nothing at the top. Just a big upside down T. All right? Pyongan 4. This one is, to me, one of the simplest forms to learn, even if you're a junior belt. Whoops, I keep forgetting this thing is a touch screen. I hope I don't end up, did I just move my picture around? Let me do it the old-fashioned way, hang on. I'm sorry if I moved my picture around inside your YouTube window. Like I said, this is new. It's like supposed to be this new improved thing. I thought it was cool that I could make a little bumper thing to go at the front. I really enjoyed doing that. It was so funny. I had myself cracking up. But anyway, okay. So Pyongan 4, as you guys may have caught on to the last few weeks, is 4, 5, 4, 5. And if you just know the number of moves you're going to do, a lot of times that will let you trial and error until you go, no, if it was this, then it would be 4 moves. Oh, wait, if it was this, it would be 5. Oh, wait, here's the 4 moves. And you can find it. So let's look at those. Got a 4, 5, and a 4 and a 5. So starting off the form, 1, and skip over 2, and then we skip in and forward 3 and 4. So it's a very simple little T starting off, right? Just a 1, 2, 3, 4. And as long as they can get double block, stick block, middle block, I just grit my teeth and let them get away with whatever stances, because again, we're just trying to get the framework before we start building on it. And then you have 5 moves, and in both cases where you have 5, there's one little odd move at the end, kind of like the Q, the little squiggly thing on a Q. You know, it's the whole letter is consistent, and then you got that one odd little thing. So it's the same thing here. You have our side kick ready, kick, elbow ready, and then you scooch up, and then kick, elbow, chop, and that all kind of fits, right? And then you have this big odd thing hanging out there at the end where you come out and do this, all right? So you have the 4, then the first 5 is side kick ready, kick, elbow ready, scooch up, kick, elbow, chop. And then, oh yeah, one extra one, height. And then the second 4, oh my God, it's so stupid simple. You just turn, push, pull, kick, punch, punch. Push, pull, kick, punch, punch. 4, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4. Super, super simple. And then the same with the last 5. You've got 4 moves that kind of fit, and then one that's kind of just the odd man out. So you have 1, it's all middle blocks too. You can tell them that too. And look, man, this is like all middle blocks. This last 5 is mostly middle blocks, either closed hand or open. And again, I don't worry about closed or open when I'm first just getting to know the moves. So we got closed hand, middle block. 1, 2, and 3 is a combo. Middle block, head grab, and then height, another middle block, open hand, and then this weird thing off this way, like that. And then back to ready with the right foot. So another thing you guys have heard me talk about, you senior belts, but anybody just being introduced to Pyongyang 4 might not have heard it yet, but practicing backwards. And I don't mean starting at the end of the form. What I mean is you do it backwards by sections. So instead of this, what happens is I'll do this, I'll screw up, I'll do this again. I'll do this and I'll finally get it. So I do this and then this. And then I screw up here, so I go back again. Then I do this, this, and this. I screw up, so I go back to here again. Then I get to here and I screw up, so I go back to here again. So by the end, you've done this in like 18,000 times, and you've done this one once. So we simply start here. We start with the last 5. And it's a good mental exercise because you need to figure out where this one ends so that you can start this one, if that makes sense. Yeah, should make sense. This one's got to end before that one begins, right? And it just so happens it is this. Grab, kick, punch, punch. Here's our 5. Oh, can't see what's going on. So we did the grab, kick, punch, punch. Now down the middle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So there's our last 5 moves. Then we have to do this 4. So remember where that was? The stupid simple one, right? Push, pull, grab, kick, punch, punch. And that one starts, the move preceding that is this thing. So we start right here, and we do that stupid simple 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we go ahead and do the last 5 again. That's the idea. 1, 2, 3, and height. 4, and then 5. And back to ready. So then So we just did this one and this one. Now we need to get to this one, right? The 5 moves that ends with where we started there. So it's pretty easy because we know where this ends up, right? The first 4 ends up here. So then the 5 from which we're going to start is this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then here we go. That's where we left off. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then the last 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Height. Just like that. Then, of course, we're left to go all the way from the beginning. So we start from the beginning, which should now seem really, really simple. So 1, 2, 3, 4. That's where we left off. 1, 2, 'and I lost my count, but there was 5. And here comes the 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then the last 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So then, now that I've gone through that exercise, I did this first, and then I did this and this. Then I did this, this, and this. Then I did this, 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 and this. So now we've emphasized this. Probably equally important, we've forced our brains, we've worked out our brains to come up with where a section starts. We have to come up with the end of the preceding section before we can do that last one. In the preceding section of each section. Now, in case I've screwed up something, and just for fun, I'm going to do something. Let's see what that did. Oh, and I better get on my glasses. Because for all I know, with this new technology, you guys are not even there. Oh, somebody said the intro was so awesome. Thank you. Oh, my Lord, have mercy. I had so much fun. Oh, I shrunk myself. Oh. For the red belt form, when you do the push-pull after the kicks, do you do high punches or low punches? They are high punches, as Mr. Giussino already know. Yeah, I am so small. I don't like that. It's intimidating. So here, how about that? Let me fix this. This is some pretty snazzy software though, dude. That's the way I was able to make that totally cornball intro. It was so much fun though. It was so much fun. Yeah, now I'm proving my lack of technical abilities there. It's supposed to like land on the corners. There we go. Oh boy. Okay, let me go in here and just field some more questions if there were any. MJ, you are so small. Yeah. Okay, looks like we're pretty cool. Oh, Ryan is here. Hi, Ryan. All right, not really many forms questions except for the one about the high punches, and yes, they are high punches. So yeah, exactly, Miguel, there weren't many questions. And you're going to hear, you just wrote that, and now the delay is going to show you how long the delay is. All right, so let's go on to Pyongyang 5. Let me get my eraser first. I'm happy it's working out. The one thing I don't like is the delay. I wish I had the cool software without the delay. All right, then we got Pyongan 5. So Pyongan 5, to be honest with you, nothing comes to mind. I know all this stuff. So we're going to go over here, block, step up, step up. Bam, let me just do the form because something will come to mind. I will do it backwards so you can follow along and do it with me right there in your living room. There we go. Hi. Yeah, Pyongan 5 is just a bear, isn't it? But it is so cool. So I think with Pyongan 5, you just have to learn it. I don't really see any boxable things. It does break down nicely. You do have a, right after I say there's no boxable things, I'm showing you some boxable things. You kind of have fancy stuff in a couple of places. The very beginning's fancy. And then you move on down right here with a combo. And then you have this turn this way, turn this way, turn this way up here. And then you have the fancy jump on the way back. And then the same thing. You're kind of in place. You're doing the spear, turn around, W block, turn around. So I guess this form could kind of look like that, couldn't it? Maybe that would be an easy way to simplify it for a junior belt that you're teaching. But my mission today is not details. We could go over details. In fact, I'm biting my tongue about all the stuff we could do on Pyongan 5. That's not really the format today. And in fact, Pyongan 5 is as far as I was going to go. I'm going to go get some water. So you guys' assignment is to go get your Joes. Remember the broomstick and you twist off, you unscrew the bristles? Go get one of those, or Miguel, I think maybe you have a Joe at home, and maybe if the Knott sisters are there, they've got Joe at home, I know for sure. So I'm going to go get mine and get some water because I'm burning up. Air conditioner's on and everything, I'm just burning up. So I'll see you in just 1 minute. And I'll check to make sure we're still running and I don't have any messages. My favorite form at this point is 7. I really like that form. It's been Pyongan 2 before. It's been Pyongan 3 before. It's been Pyongan 5. But at this point, my favorite form is 7. I was very happy with that form. It is my favorite form, even though I don't do it the best. Master Settles does it really well. 7 and Zoe both do it better than I can do it. But I just love watching that form. It's cool. All right, I'm getting some water. You guys get your brooms. I did Pyongan one a while ago. The cranes are asking for Pyongan 1. If you guys want to, a repeat of that, I can show you, or you can catch it on the rewind. In fact, better catch it on the rewind, or if I have time at the end. So yeah, that's a typo. So we already did basic one with a Joe, I think on Monday, and then on Monday and or Tuesday, we did the 13 count Joe kata. I remember that. I remember demonstrating that thing, the Joe kata. So today we will do another one called kanji. So let me get my Joe. So some cool things that we do in kanji. Number one are the hachi no jigaeshi. We do this a lot. I don't know if we went over that. Looking at myself spinning there on the screen, it seems like we went over this, except I was wearing white, so you couldn't see my translucent hands. My hand never switches. Keeps that same grip like this. So right here, it's kind of torqued over, and you can loosen it up right there if you need to, even to like that. But it stays in the same position. This always holds on like that, at least that, if not that. And I suggest when you're working with a Joe, at least keep your hand passively up near your face, because you can't hit yourself in the face, especially when we get into backward stuff like this. When you're swinging backwards, that handle is coming right towards you. Swinging this way, there's not much danger, but you want to get in good habits. All right. Another thing we're going to do is, I believe in Aikido they call this Gedan Gaeshi, but it's just sweeping the floor. And I remember going over this the other day. I don't know if it was in class or on the live stream. Just like you're sweeping the floor, I sweep this way, and then I let go of the tip hand, and I let it slide through, and I grab it with this hand, both thumbs up, and I sweep this way. Then I let go with the tip hand, let this slide through, catch it down here, both thumbs are still up, and come this way. Let go of the tip, let it slide through, this way. Let go of the tip, let it slide through, this way. You can come forward, or you can go backwards. You can also take it up, and then the same thing. I let go of the tip hand and let it fall through. I go up, and both thumbs are still the same direction. Can you see that? Both thumbs the same direction, whether I'm going up or down. In basic one with a Joe, both thumbs were in, right? For this technique I'm showing you, both thumbs are in one direction, either this way or this way. And there are also techniques where both thumbs are out, like this. So you got this, and this. And if anybody can think of any other ways for two hands to hold a Joe, let me know. Okay. So those are two really cool techniques. I'm just sure I'll run across another one. I'm going to pull this up a little bit. All right, so the form starts off, the Joe is basically a walking cane. People used to walk with a stick. Back when people walked all the time, if they didn't have a horse, they walked. And so they used a walking stick, and so what better to learn to use as a weapon than something you have in your hand all the time. So we go back, the move we just did, bam. And then, just like in 13 count Joe kata, we let go of the end, except instead of sweeping, we're going to ski and ski, right? Then we're going to tenkan, step forward and step back, only we're going to tenkan 90 degrees. I think that bears a little review. That step is so valuable, and I think I take it for granted, and I probably don't push it enough because I've gotten so comfortable with it, and people like Master Settles will be the same way. They could walk from here to McDonald's just doing tenkan steps, but it really bears some review. So let's look at that tenkan step really quick. We'll stop a second. So we're just stepping forward and then stepping back. we step forward, we step back. You can do it big and wide like this, step way out and turn. However, you're not going to get as quick of a turn as you would if you've got your feet together here. And then back. You step forward and then back. Forward and then back. Forward and then back. Now then, permutations. You can do the same step, except when you step back, instead of going all the way 180 degrees, you can go 90. So watch. So I'm stepping forward, and then I'm only going 90. Forward and 90. Forward, 90 degrees. Forward, 90 degrees. A great way to get turned around and evade at the same time. Turn and evade. Turn and evade. You got a new direction. So anyway, okay. Enough tangents. Let's get going with kanji. Right here we step back, sweep, let go of the tip hand, ski and ski. And hold it just like that. I got my thumbs up. I don't know if you can see. Thumbs up. Then I step forward, step back 90 degrees, and let it shoot through. Now I'm going to choke up and do what's called hachi no jigaishi, the spin we do for 3 steps. 2, 3, step forward, 1, 2, 3, step forward, 1, 2, 3. See that? So that's a little tricky. Let me back up so you can see it in context. There we go. One more time, slow motion. And then we kick. Good old-fashioned chop. All right, let's get to there. Get to there if you can, because then we're going to do another technique where you have both thumbs go in the same direction, and you kind of use the jo for 2 short sticks rather than 1 long one. So let's do that part again. In fact, I'll do that little turnaround thing again. That's the most complicated part. See if I can get up close where you can see that. So we're spinning along like this, stepping through this way. And when it's spinning here, I catch it. All right. See that okay? One more time, slow motion. And then easy breezy. Kick, chop, just like a sword chop. Chop. Now I choke, up. Both thumbs up, equal distance from the jo, right? And I step forward and through. This is just like if you know juju, it's just like the juju step. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then I just relax and check it out. It's the beginning of the form again, only we're doing it left-handed this time. Stick, choke up. See, it's the same thing the other way. 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 1, switch, boom. So let's do that part again. We end right here. Catch all that? Let's go that far. Okay, I'll do that more up to speed. I'm not going to go too fast because I don't want to end up throwing the stick and hitting my computer. Back to where we started. And that's it. That's the end. You do that same thing twice. It's a bisymmetrical form. And then at the end, remember I told you there are these techniques too. Well, this one's in there. So let's review it a little bit. If you've ever been to one of these classes where we do this spin, of course, we always learn to do it with both hands. So when you're spinning that figure eight and you cross your body and your palm is up, you just put the other palm up and take over. And when you cross your body and your palm is up, this palm goes up too, and you take over. Then you start seeing if you can do it like every 5 times. It has to be an odd number. Whoop, switch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Catch it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Catch it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Catch it. 1. Then every 3. 1, 2, 3. Catch it. 1, 2, 3. Catch it. 1, 2, 3. Catch it. Guess what's next? 1. So every time you cross over, you switch. All right, so let's back up a minute. When you're doing this swing, you see the tape end of the stick? That's my weapon end on the pinky side, like that. So we're like back smacking them like this over and over again, or setting up a defensive wall like that. When I switch, now look, it's the no tape end. No tape end is swinging and hitting. huh, huh, and then right here is why it happens. Right there, you get an extra half turn. Now that's going to be the attacking end. Therefore, once you get these things going fast, rhythm gets to be a thing because it's much like a gyroscope. The Joe's burning fast, and if you try to turn while the Joe's turning this way, it's not going to go with you, and you're going to bonk yourself in the head. And so the pacing of the turns gets to be really important. And here, it's just one turn, one turn, one turn, and then here, 1.5. It's like you're going along with quarter notes. All of a sudden, you've got a dotted quarter note. You had 50% of its value. And then this slows you down by a half turn. See, my Joe is rotating the same speed, but I'm switching sides less often, right? If I go back to the one hand, now you can see I'm switching sides every time. Two hands, it spins an extra half turn on each side, so it slows it down. Now, all that switching can make you likely to drop it. So gradually what you do is when you switch hands, this hand that I'm not using still goes for the ride. It comes along like this and then pushes the Joe around, and then it's right there to roll right into my hand to catch it. And then this one pushes it around, and it's right there to roll over my thumb when I'm ready for it. I'm kind of exaggerating because you don't, yeah. Boy, the black uniform helps a lot, doesn't it? And now I'm going to do it sideways. Might offer you a new perspective. And then allows you to go really fast because you've got two-hand control. All right, so that's the spin you do at the end of kanji. So we'll do the whole thing in slow motion. Ready? One, two, three, one, one. Grab it like a motorcycle all the way through. Pin it to your butt. Kick, chop, choke, up. Thumb still up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Relax, let it slide through. Now we're just like the beginning, except on the other side. Two, three, 1, 2, 3, 1. One motorcycle, pin it to my butt. Whoops, I missed it. Kick, chop, choke, up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then on my way through, I push this around where my hand ends up this way. Now I got palms up, thumbs out. And I do 7, but it doesn't have to be 7. You can keep going till it feels cool. And then right here, the thumb side goes under your arm, and this hand helps stop it. Then you flip this hand over, and now we got a motorcycle again, just like the move we did the other day with basic 1, and you catch it on the left side. And then we bow, and you put your knuckles between the Joe and yourself, so you have it like this. Knuckles right here. You push it down, catch it, wait for the pinky side, not this one, that one. a little quicker. Ends right here. Flip it over. Here. Bow. Knuckles around. Catch the pinky side. And ends up here. Flip. Flip. Bow. Knuckles around to the pinky side. Done. So there's your fancy Joe back to ready. Okay, I'll try to do the whole smacking thing one more time. Then we got to get out of here, folks. All right, guys, if I do this right, thank you for coming, by the way. Oh, before we go, let me check and see if there are any final questions. Remember the Crane boys that asked for Pylon 1, which we are not going to have time to do. All right. The spin is a little tricky. That was medium speed. That was medium speed. He said so, yes. A lot of time the medium speed looks better than the full speed. All right. So what I am going to do is leave you guys with some cool music. Check you later.
Are you ready? Because he's ready. It's Master Jeff, martial arts expert, instructor extraordinaire, and general clown. He's not afraid of coronavirus. He's not afraid of the bad guys. Master Jeff is not afraid of anything.
That is so hilarious. I'll see you guys later. Oh, remember, tomorrow morning, 10 a.m. I don't know what I'm going to do. We're going to fly by the seat of my pants. See you then, folks.